Okay, so let's move on to the next point, the fourth sign of overparenting your children, right? Which is having, what do I say? Having unreasonable expectations from them. Yeah. So basically, it's age inappropriate. You're expecting way too much from your children to understand everything, right? Uh, Basically, having high expectations from them, and again, some of the easy signs here are, if you as a parent are trying to get them involved in way too many activities, okay, in a week or in a month, if they are participating in almost everything, that's too much, right? And if you find yourself even managing their free time, you understand, your children are free right now, it's okay to let children figure things out on their own and do what they wish to do in their free time. You cannot be guiding, or you cannot be even micromanaging their free time as well, right? Just let them loose for a while. Or even having kind of low expectation, like high expectation versus low expectation, right? Just assuming that, oh, my child is, what do I say, my child is still too young to understand that. But honestly speaking, your child would have grown past that age, or maybe he's in that right age to understand certain things, but you think, no, 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 it's too early for him. It's going to be too difficult. Again, that protectiveness and having low expectations, and not truly understanding what that specific age group demands in terms of growth and development, right? Okay, Payal says, but sometimes you feel they are wasting their free time, as in just watching gadgets rather than doing anything creative. See, if you consider the entire day as free time, no. Of course, children need to have a schedule, right? Schedule is, one of the ways to keep children's mind in check. It's, schedules are actually good for children, right? But I'm talking about that little time where nothing is scheduled. There's no school, there's no online class, there's no playtime, like outdoor playtime, there's no homework time, there is no hobby time, nothing. They just have some little bit of time for them. Yeah, in a day, maybe that 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or even 60 minutes that they have, just let them loose. Okay? If they have passed their gadget time, then of course gadget shouldn't fit into this free time. Gadget time is gadget time. Yeah? This is again a huge one. The fifth point, or the fifth sign of overparenting, is guiding other adults on how to treat your children. Right? You understand? Like, for example, you guiding the teacher, like you're dictating what kind of behavior the teacher needs to have with your child. Right? Guidance is okay, but dictating her words, her moves, her actions, no, not okay. Yes? And maybe we do that with grandparents as well, like our children's grandparents, right? Uh, we constantly are in, we are constantly controlling, how they need to talk to them, what kind of food they need to give, how much of chocolate, how much of sugar. Are you kind of getting this? So basically, or they could be any other adult there when they are playing outside. Maybe there's an adult who is kind of watching them, so you're guiding that adult as well on how to treat your child. Yes. So are you doing that? Okay. So with this, let's move on to the last sign that I wanted to share with you all today, which is the opposite of our fourth point. Our fourth point was having unreasonable expectations, like having high expectations, right? So this point is about having lower expectations, or basically giving children less responsibilities, right? Yeah, you're assuming that your children are too young to do that particular task or activity, or or even you fear failure, saying, no, 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 it's too young. Maybe what if he does this and he's unable to do it well, and what if he gets that fear of failure in his head. Yeah, also feeling pressure. Yes, it's too much pressure for my child, I don't think that's required right now. you know Basically having way too less of an expectation. Yeah. So basically, the whole point here is you need to know what age your child is in, what kind of activities and what kind of understanding and responsibility and task is okay for that specific age group, and letting your children explore that. Okay, I want to use I want to actually stress on this word letting your children explore those activities without without being too protective, without barging in way too much, without having the fear of failure. It's okay for children to fail. It's definitely okay. Yeah, it's just that you're going to you know if certain thing happens, not if it doesn't happen as per your expectation, the best thing that you could do is change the way you approached it the next time. No big deal. Don't stress too much on failures. Just allow them to explore themselves, explore certain things. Maybe the way you want to approach it, it could be one way, and your children want to do it could be completely a different way altogether. So it's okay for children to explore things on their own based on how they feel it's right. But I'm sure there should be your guidance there. At least you're observing. At least you're trying to make some sense out of their actions, and then having good conversation with them after that activity is done, based on whether they're happy with the way it went or not. If they want to change it, how are they going to change it, and allow them to change that next time without being too judgmental about it. Yeah, don't always say this is the right way of doing it, so do it this way. No, let them explore. Which one did you connect with? I'm just going to do a quick recap of all the 6 pointers. Okay, I'm just going to read all the 6 pointers. So the first one is power struggles. Yeah, basically over those little things of day-to-day life. And the second one is finding it hard to let children make decisions on their own. Yeah, and the third one is can't see your children fail. Fourth one is having unreasonable expectations, in this case having high expectations. And the fifth one is guiding other adults on how they should be treating your children. And sixth one is giving children less responsibilities, basically having less expectations. Yeah, these are the 6 points. So what do you think? Which specific point did you connect with the most? With this, we come to the end of today's Facebook Live. You know what I want you to do? Let's do something different today. In your comments, I want you all to write based on whatever you connected with today. I want you all to write that one thing that you're going to take care of, like keep it in your mind, be consciously aware of that for the next week until we meet next Monday. Yeah, just type that in the comment box, like how we do that in our PTP Hub. Remember, we have Deepthi here, we have Lovely here. We do that right in the PTP Hub. At the end of every mastermind, we say your intentions for the week. So let's do that again here in the comment box. So what do you think is that one thing you want to focus on based on what you connected with in today's topic, for the thing that you want to keep in mind for the rest of the week? Either it's going to be something that you will stop doing or something you will start doing. Whatever it is for you, just type that in the comment box and I want to know. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Bye-bye, take care, and you all have a lovely week. I'm going to see all your PTP members tomorrow, right, 6:30, and the rest of you, same time next week. Bye-bye. So if you want to continue your learning journey, then I want you to click the link in the description box and be a part of my closed Facebook group called Parenting with Ease, wherein you can attend the Monday lives that I do every week. All right, I'm going to see you there. Take care.